Hey everyone, this is Lemon Girl Fresh coming to you for episode 4 of amazing vegan healthy cooking that is fun and affordable. So remember the last episode that we had on the 22nd dealt with our ricotta cheese that was soy-free and dairy-free, made with white beans, garlic, onion, lots of herbs, and lemon juice. Again, lemon juice. So, what I'm going to quickly do is let you know what we're going to make today with that ricotta cheese. We're going to make a breaded eggplant rollatini, drizzled in olive oil, herbs, and as well as marinara sauce. We're also going to have a stuffed shell that has sauteed onions, garlic, spinach, and mushrooms. So before we do that, this is going to be really quick. I'm going to take you on a tour of the ingredients we have so that you have an idea of where to get started when you go to the grocery store. So of course we have our ricotta cheese that I made here. Okay, so this is a fresh batch made today. That's going to be here. The ingredients that I went to the store to get were my Simple Truth whole wheat breadcrumbs. Okay, the reason why I got Simple Truth is because if you look on the ingredients, it's just whole wheat flour, cane sugar, sea salt, and yeast. Most breadcrumbs have milk, cheese, dairy, Parmesan, all that stuff. But if you're vegan and you're really trying to get away from dairy, this is the best way to go. It was not that expensive. You get 2 packs, and I've been able to do everything I need to do with just this box. It says it serves a group of 5 servings per container, so you should have more than enough to do what you need to do for your family, hopefully. But again, it's not expensive. I like to make my own sauce, but just to save time, there are lots of different pre-made sauces that are out there. If you're really trying to watch your cost, this is a really good sauce, ragu. Chunky sauce, sauteed onion and garlic. It is naturally flavored, and ragu is really trying to improve the level of sodium they're putting in things, and making sure there's not a lot of high fructose corn syrup. There's none in here, no artificial flavors, lots of veggies, and 90 calories. And I don't use a lot of this. Like I already did one just practice episode, and I didn't use very much sauce at all. Okay, because everything else in the shells and in the rollatini has lots of flavor, so you don't have to use as much sauce. Sauce is just a dressing. It should not be something that your food is swimming in. Okay, so I have my Baby Bellas here. This is also from Kroger. Simple Truth, all that. This is from Kroger. It's just Baby Bellas, not organic or anything. Really cheap, like $2.99. But again, in the produce section. If you don't have a Kroger where you are, just go to your local grocery store and get the Baby Bellas. These are not chopped, they're whole. If you get chopped, you're going to pay more for the labor that was put in to make them chopped. So, if you want to just put in a little bit more work personally, just buy the whole Baby Bellas so you can save yourself some money. I also have my spinach. I like fresh spinach, but for some reason the store is not providing that right now. So that is no reason to give up and say, well, because I don't have the spinach that I need, I can't make this dish. Go to the package area where they have fresh spinach prepared and just grab a bag. It's like $2.99. We also have the Follow Your Heart Veganaise or Veganaise, however you pronounce it. But this is a soy-free kind. I really try to limit how much soy I put in things. I don't want to overdo any protein or anything that I do. So again, this is a soy-free one. It's delicious. I really don't even like Veganaise or mayonnaise in general, but the protein that's in here is a pea protein, PEA. So it's a bean, basically, a legume, a vegetable kind of thing. So we have brown rice syrup, we have safflower oil, filtered water, we have apple cider vinegar. Have you heard those great terms when it comes to your metabolism and weight loss? Yeah, that's all in here. mustard flour, and lemon juice concentrated. Again, lemon in everything. So this one is a little bit more expensive, but they give you a lot of it. And again, I didn't use a lot, so this should stretch you for a while, okay? I also have eggplant here. I have my steaks, my eggplants that I'm using. I just thinly chopped these. And onion, just a quarter of onion, fresh garlic. Please do not use, when you're sauteing your spinach, which is what I have here, the sauteed spinach and the sauteed mushrooms, it's just really good to use a fresh garlic. You just get more aromatics, more power. It's just lots and lots of flavor. Okay, so the breadcrumbs are under here. I want to show you what my spinach looks like. So I have thinly chopped spinach. I just chopped the spinach really small and thin because remember I'm putting this in a stuffed shell. And then I also have chopped garlic and lemon juice, my Mrs. Dash, and like a small dash of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Okay, so that's sauteed with olive oil. Delicious. It's ready to go. I also have small, thinly chopped mushrooms. That gives me that meaty texture that I want. It has thinly chopped caramelized onions, caramelized garlic, all just blended together and cooked into paprika, cumin, and granulated garlic, lemon juice as well, and a little bit of salt. So not a lot, but again, the same ingredients I put in all my food just to give it that savory, delicious, bold flavor. So these are here. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Ashley and Shanetta for this episode because they provided fresh basil from their garden. They had a nice little herb garden in the back. It smells so good, and they provided this for me because they know I love basil. So thank you so much, ladies, for your support. Now, we're going to put some things to the side and get started. We don't need these. We already have these prepared for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So, I have my thinly chopped eggplant here. Okay, all I did was just slice it really thin with a knife. The first thing you're going to do is prepare your breaded steaks, okay? While you're doing this, you're putting your shells. I've got to introduce you to these. These shells are jumbo shells. You can get the Bahia brand, which is blue, red, and white, and just cook them until they're al dente. So again, firm, not too long. And then what I like to do is drain the water out, put them in ice, just in this strainer here, and then sprinkle different herbs as well, just to give the noodles their own personality when it comes to the flavor that they're bringing to the table. So these have been sitting here and they're ready to go, but you want to cook these if you're trying to save time while you're prepping your eggplant steaks. So here I have my Veganaise. Okay, Veganaise is here. I'm going to take the tops off of these ingredients, and I also have my breadcrumbs here also. What I'm going to do is take a wide spatula, take my Veganaise, and just paint this over the top. Nice and smooth, okay? Make sure it's fully covered because this is the binder that you're using to put your breadcrumbs in. Usually people put eggs, but again, I'm vegan, so if we're vegan, we have to find ways to substitute for that dairy product, and this is the best way to go. How did I come up with this? I did not come up with this one on my own. I just Googled and looked for substitutes for egg binders when it comes to breading steaks or meats, and they told me that Veganaise was the best thing to do. So it's nice and covered. I'm gonna drop it in here and just sprinkle my breadcrumbs all the way over. Just make sure it's nice and covered. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Okay, so that's a nice fully covered steak of eggplant. It looks amazing. Now, usually what I do is I take my olive oil and drizzle the pan that I'm going to be putting my steaks on, just to make sure that my bread covering does not disconnect from the eggplant steak. So here I've oiled my dish, and then I'm just going to put it down like so. Let's do one more, okay? So again, just so you see it again, I thinly paint a coating of the Veganaise all the way around on both sides, just like this, all the way around, nice and smooth. And then I just drop it in the breadcrumbs and just wash the steak with the breadcrumbs. Flip it over, do the same thing, and there you go. Now, what I forgot to tell you, because I was in a rush, is that I added to these breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs, in my opinion, did not have the flavor I wanted to go with my Italian dish. So I added 2 tablespoons of salt, and I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of salt, not tablespoons. 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of Mrs. Dash. And then I mixed this together and blended it until it had the Italian flavor that I wanted. Okay, so you can do that if you'd like, but that's what I did. So these are ready to go. We are not waiting until these are done. But here, I put this in the oven at 400 degrees, okay? So those will go in the oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. After 15 minutes, you flip them over and they'll be golden brown, nice and pretty. So I'm gonna show you what these look like. So here's our steak. This is what the steak will look like when it's done, okay? Everything's together. Okay, I'll give you a closer look. That's what it looks like. It's beautiful, nice golden brown. Also here, nice golden brown, looks like a really nice fillet. Okay, so now that we have that, we are ready to prepare our dish. Okay, so what I'll do here is, here's my eggplant. I'm done with the Veganaise, so we're going to put this away. And also put this away also. I might need that a little later for garnish, but we won't do that right now. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is take my lovely ricotta cheese here and just paint this over my rollatini, my eggplant that will make the rollatini. Okay, you want to make sure the layer of this is very thick. As you can see, I'm covering it very, very thick, so it's a nice roll when you go. Okay, and then once you're done, you just roll up, just like this. As carefully as you can, you just roll your eggplant and you place it in your dish. Okay, so that's done. Okay, now I'm also going to put in here, it's going to be like a sampler. So I have now my stuffed shell, and I'm also going to pull out my sauteed mushrooms, and my sauteed spinach. And we'll make, let's say, we'll try to make 2 or 3 of these. So I'm using one little spoon here for, let's take this out. 1 spoon for this. For the ricotta, we have a spoonful of the mushrooms. Those look so good. And we have a spoonful of the spinach. Nice and full. If you want to put a little bit more of the mushrooms in there just to give it that meaty texture, you can. But here we go. Nice clean shell, not messy. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like. It's beautiful. Okay, nice clean shell. I'm just going to sit that right here. Okay, let's do another one. So, again, I put my ricotta cheese in. I do my mushrooms. And I do my spinach. Beautiful. Okay, you can blend these ingredients however you like. Let's say you want the ricotta cheese to actually already have the spinach in it. You can cook the ricotta cheese the way we did last time and just dump the spinach in and cook that as well within the ricotta. But here we go. So these are my 2. I'm going to show you what the plate looks like right now. Okay. Doesn't that look amazing? So pretty. Perfectly full of really good stuff. And now I'm going to take my sauce and just drizzle a little bit over the top. Just like this. Now, if you would like, I'm gonna wash my hands, sorry. Now, if you would like, you can take a brush. If you want things to be covered a little more, and just lightly brush through, like so, just to make sure everything gets something. And then you just garnish. So what I like to garnish with is my basil. I'll take just a couple leaves and just break them apart and put them in. They just give a really nice surprise to every bite. Lots of aroma. Just put that in there. Then I get my Mrs. Dash, no salt here, and just sprinkle that over. And then I take breadcrumbs, because I really like crunchy texture, and just sprinkle that over as well. Okay, so this is what a prepped dish looks like. Okay, it looks just like that. And then I just put it in, just like this. Now, thankfully, we don't have to wait, because I already have one ready in this dish here, and we're going to taste it to see how good it is. So there's this dish here. As you can see, it looks amazing. I'm going to taste test this. Now, I haven't tasted this on my own yet, so we will be doing this together. And I'm really, really excited. So, we're going to take a shell. The shell looks good. It's still intact here. We're also going to take one of the Rollatinis. All right. Now, usually I like this to be a little brown on the top, crusted, which is what I had there. This tastes so good. Nice flavored Italian seasonings on here. The eggplant's good. The breading is really good. Okay, it blended really well with everything. That's really good. Very, very good. It's so savory. The tomatoes are sweet. Really gives good flavor. Now let's try the shell. For this batch of ricotta, I don't know if you remember last episode, I told you that if you wanted the ricotta to be even more creamier than usual, you could spin your NutriBullet one time just for about a minute, and then stop it, mix manually with a spatula your ricotta that you've blended together, put it back together, and then blend it again for another minute. That difference is so much better. It's just so creamy. I want you to see what these look like. So just really, really good. Very creamy. The breading is holding together. Very good. Okay. So this is a great, like, if you want to do anything special for your family, you can do this in the fall, especially. It's nice, warm, comfort food. You can do this during Thanksgiving. If you don't want to bring macaroni and cheese or anything like that, I usually bring one of these to a dinner. You can also do manicotti with this. So that's the long noodle that you stuff things in. You can do that as well. But this dish is just so elegant, so refined, lots of just Italian flavors that are very authentic. I just strongly suggest that you try it. It's amazing. I can't wait to turn the video off so I can finish my plate. But you will be so proud of yourself for making something like this for your family and giving them an opportunity to see how fun it is to be vegan as you're changing your lifestyle and living healthier. So again, this is Lemon Girl Fresh saying thanks for being with me for episode 4. I kept you under 20 minutes this time. That is amazing. I can't wait. Next week, I hope to have the book that I've been using to pull my different ingredients from, not necessarily the recipes, but the book I use to justify why I'm using certain things to fortify my my meals, or why use lemon, why use beans, why do we care about mushrooms and spinach and having lots of greens in there. So talking about how this is going to internally and positively affect you, I'm going to talk about a book called Foods That Heal. Foods That Heal. That's what we're talking about next week as we make more amazing food. I hope you have a great week and just continue to remember to live vegan, healthy, and strong. Take care. Bye.